Uyghur Congress President Dolkun Isa as he started speaking at the UNHRC about the human rights situation of Uyghurs in Beijing. He was then later allowed to speak after US and Eritrea's support. Now, Uyghur Congress President Dolkun Isa said that Chinese government is committing genocide against Uyghurs in China, but Chinese government is unhappy and they don't want Uyghur issue to become an international issue. Chinese government is trying to attack me, trying to stop me, and this is not the first time, of course. So this is what the Uyghur Congress President Dolkun Isa said. Now let's listen in.
I'm rising here. This is a human rights issue, and the Chinese government is committing genocide against the Uyghurs. It's a policy right, but China is very unhappy because Chinese government trying to do all this crime on the table. And the Chinese government don't want Uyghur issue being an international issue. Uyghur issue in the current genocidal policy of the Chinese government, not be the token discussion topic on the UN. That's why Chinese government very unhappy and trying to attack me and trying to stop. This is not first time, of course.
CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha is joining us to give us more details on this. Abhishek, can you tell us more about what exactly happened at the UNHRC and how did China actually interrupt Uyghur President Dolkun Isa?
So there was this Uyghur representative who were trying to raise voice against China's oppression against Uyghur community and other regions and the kind of state-sponsored activities that are done against Uyghur communities. But then they were interrupted by Chinese officials present at the United Nations Human Rights Council, but then they were later allowed after USA and Eritrea intervened. The Uyghur Congress President Dolkun Isa started speaking, saying about the human rights situation of Uyghur in Beijing, and he was being interrupted by Chinese officials. We know that there has been information coming out from China for a very long time that Chinese state authorities have been oppressing Uyghur community across China. More recently, the UN Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights has issued its concluding observation after China's review, raising a broad range of issues from the de-extremification policies to reproductive rights of Uyghur community. There have been these reports were much wide and open in public from the activists, from the free and independent journalists who have been working in China. And this issue was being raised at the United Nations Human Rights Council when China did intervene and they wanted those representatives not to speak about it.
Right, Abhishek. Abhishek, can you tell us what is the situation of Uyghurs in China? How are they being oppressed?
So clearly, I mean, there are reports of genocide and crimes against humanity against the Uyghur community and members of other ethnic and religious minority groups in Xinjiang province. And these crimes were continuing, and these included arbitrary imprisonment to other severe deprivation of physical liberty, and then forced sterilization, forced abortion, and more restrictive application of countries' birth control policies against them. They are not being allowed to practice their faith, and then there have been forced detention, separation of families, because Chinese authorities are somewhat afraid about growing this content among this community, and they want to mainstream them into the broader Chinese communist ideology. This is what has been the situation on ground, and multiple reports of United Nations Human Rights Council or other agencies and to reveal the atrocities being committed against Uyghur minorities in Xinjiang and other parts of China in the past as well.
All right, Abhishek, thank you for giving us all those details and for providing that context on this story. Slipping into a very short break, but we'll be right